I've honestly never heard of Oneshot until like a year ago, which is insane because I don't know where I've been living for the past 9 years? Oneshot is a very interesting game, with the gimmick being that you only have one shot to beat it. After you beat it, it's over. You can't do anything else. There's no post game. You play it, you beat it, and then you have the memory of playing it, and that's all that really matters. It's like the Unis Honest of video games, except for the death part and the timer part and the whole deleting everything. You know what? No, not bad comparison. I did know one thing going into it, and that was that the game interacts with your files somehow. Having this as my mindset may or may not have screwed me over in parts of the game, but it doesn't really matter because I figured it out. With all that being said though, this is my Oneshot experience. As the game opens up, yeah, that's what I'm doing. You don't have to point. Yeah, I know. I wake up as this little cat character named Nico in this dimly lit bedroom. The first thing they do is go straight to the computer because that's what I do in real life, and I can't go 10 minutes without being on it. It prompts me with a password, and I'm pretty sure I know this one. I know the password. Fuck. Alright, I thought I knew it, but I guess not. But maybe. All right, one more time. Okay, one more time though. Hold on. No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, actually, I might not know it. No, I'm being so for real. I do think I know it. I realized that there was an item on the floor, so Nico goes and picks up the TV remote. I don't know how long that's been sitting there because I've been stuck trying to do this password, but maybe it has something to do with it. Nico walks around the room a little bit more, but they seem to be locked in here. After wandering around the room, clicking on the same thing 4 times in a row, I think I'm stuck. I'm not even 0.1% into the game, and I don't know what to do. Oh god, now I have the key bindings open. Jesus Christ, it's actually over. I tried to use the remote on a bunch of different things, but nothing seemed to work. It kept reading,
Nico looks at the buttons on the remote, but they cannot be read in the dark. Perhaps a light would help.
Now, if I were to lie and say, oh, light, there's obviously a light coming from the window. It's right there. How could I miss it? I'm gonna walk up to the window right now as I'm saying this. I would be lying because I didn't do that, and it's too early in the video to lie. I look at everything like 6 more times before checking the window once. Don't worry though, like after 2 hours and enough willpower, I direct Nico to the window and I'm able to see something. The code to the computer! Who knew that was there? Nico runs over to the computer and inputs the code. Wait, I don't remember it. Hold on. They input the code. I'm done, bro. It takes up the entire screen. You see, there's a reason I have this guy blocked on Twitter. The computer opens. It seems to be running on Windows NT 3.1 divided by 3 weeks plus 2.1 days. A pop-up reads,
You found me. Why? You're already too late. Not much of this world remains. This will be apparent once you go outside. This place was never worth saving. Do you still want to try? Then remember this. Your actions here will affect Nico. Your mission is to help Nico leave. And most importantly...
So it seems like I'm not actually playing as Nico in this game. I'm playing as me. Yes, me. The most popular and famous YouTuber out of anyone in my friend group, and is really funny and has an awesome cat, right? Burnson YouTuber, that person. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Also, really important side note, I did not realize until I started writing my script that Nico is non-binary. It was not my intent to like misgender them. Obviously, I was just uninformed, and that's on me. You don't know my name. My name isn't Ryan, it's Ryburnson. After I received the least intimidating message I've ever read in my entire life, we hear the doors unlock. The computer won't turn on anymore, so it's up to me and Nico to figure out what's going on. We walk out of the bedroom and into the rest of the house. Nico calls out, but with no luck, hears no response. Nico walks around the $15,000 a month New York apartment for a little bit until walking up to a TV. The TV sparks with the spark text being yellow. I smell a puzzle on our hands! Since there's a fireplace almost right next to the TV, I assume that we have to light the fire, but Nico has nothing to do with that. They walk up to this door with an oddly light bulby shaped symbol in the middle. But again, Nico has no items, so nothing I can do here either. We eventually end up at the fridge where I get a bottle of alcohol. Since this game sucks, I can't drink it on top of 999,999 more bottles of beer. The spark from the TV won't be enough just to light this bottle, so we need to find something else that will. But I can't seem to find anything else in the main room, and I know there was another room in the bedroom that I haven't been in yet, so let's go check that out. We walk into the bathroom and immediately find this withering away plant, so we rip a branch off of it. They dip the branch in alcohol. Lucky branch, am I right? And now we're able to light the fire. The fire illuminates a basement key that was wedged into the floor. They use it and now have to walk down this long ass staircase. And at the bottom, there is an unlit light bulb. Now that Nico has the light, they start making their way back up the stairs. I don't know if this was just me, but walking back up the stairs, I felt like something bad was gonna happen. Maybe it's just all the horror games that I've played influencing me, but nothing bad happened. I'm just kidding, something scary happened. They take the light to the door and then boom. Nico appears in this industrial looking ass room. I walk out because there's literally nothing in here. That was a really long stick. Sometimes I just say something so fucking stupid and I just want to like... We're now in this unknown area. There are broken down robots and railroads everywhere. Without any sense of direction, I just pick somewhere to go and I assume it's the right way. We come across this robot in a rowboat. It doesn't seem to want to talk to them, so we just move on. We come across another one of those buildings that Nico appeared in, but this time there's a bed inside of it. I walk up to the bed and the game starts talking to me again.
This bed probably looks familiar to you, Ryan.
Well, don't use my name. I don't like how it uses my name. I'm honestly not a fan of that.
Nico first woke up in this world here.
Yeah, I know. I was there. It happened less than like 5 minutes ago.
It's important that you allow Nico to sleep once in a while.
Okay, I will. Why is it up to me to decide when Nico sleeps? Oh, okay. Across the room from the bed, Nico picks up a metal rod. A metal rod. Okay. Can I drop it and it makes a really loud sound and then everyone starts laughing? I walk to another part of the area, but...
The air here is unbreathable.
Whoa, I didn't know they put a Los Angeles Easter egg in this game. Since we can't go any further up, we make our way in the other direction. Nico comes across this rusty warehouse with this little gray robot in front of it. The robot notices them almost immediately because of the light bulb. It asks how we got here, and then Nico somehow got into my files and rereads the entire first 2 pages of my script back to the robot. The robot tells us that apparently the way we got here was in this prophecy and that Nico is a savior and is going to save the world from eternal darkness because the sun went out. The sun belongs in the long stick, and the light bulb that Nico is carrying is the new sun. Nico asks the robot who the messages from the computer were talking to. No, stop saying my name. This is where Nico becomes aware of me as a character in the game. They also call me an actual god, and yeah, I may be a god at freaking Roblox obbies, but that doesn't make me an actual god. No, I don't want to be a god. I don't want to be a god. Like, this is silly. This is goofy. Since Nico has the sun, they're able to directly communicate with me for lore reasons. So they start talking to me. No, I don't want to talk to you. No. That's not my name. Nico asks the robot how to get home because they were just with their mom a few hours ago and now they're stuck here. They just want to go home. The robot is unable to help with that question, unfortunately, and then tells us some more useful information, but it would take like 3 hours just to go over it, so I'm not. Also, one more thing, if the sun shatters, the world ends, but that's not important. I walk into the warehouse, try to make Nico smash the sun with that metal rod I found. Why not? And then try to open this glowing box with the metal rod I found. It won't fit under the cracks, so I'll just have to come back to it later. We also come across this big machine that looks like it's missing something, but I don't have that something, now do I? Since it seems like there's nothing to do here for now, we walk until we find this big ass building. Inside it looks like a big ass factory, but everything seems to be powered down except this one machine. It's labeled as a metal crusher, so obviously I put Nico's head, so obviously I put the pipe under it. The machine turned into a makeshift crowbar and increased its damage by 3 points. This is the most powerful item in the game. Now I can go back to the warehouse and pry open that box from a minute ago. Inside is a broken solar battery which can be used for something. I come across another area where Nico can't breathe. Who cares that you can't breathe? Don't look at me like that. And great, there's another thing with the password. Thank God I remember what it was. Yeah, I do. Oh wait, I think I entered it wrong. I come across this powered down robot in this field of what I first thought was oil. There's these distorted buildings, there's shit spots on the ground. But now looking at it, they're black clovers. Next to the shit spot field, there's an entrance. So Nico walks inside and there's actually someone living in here. The robot girl recognizes Nico as the Messiah because they're holding the light bulb, and then proceeds to ask if there's some sort of cat. Obviously Nico is a cat. I mean, have you seen their... obviously Nico is a person. You can tell because they walk on 2 legs and breathe. She tells Nico that it would be better off to leave the world to die. It's been decaying for a long time, and they don't know if the sun can fix it. Great! Love your enthusiasm. We find a screwdriver in a bookshelf and try to screw apart the power cell. Okay, so can I screwdriver this? I didn't do shit! We also come across this cave. She told them not to enter the mines alone and goes with them. We enter and I try to make Nico leave immediately because I thought it would be funny, but Nico wouldn't let me. Thanks, I'm literally never allowed to have any fun. I find a camera, but beyond that, there's literally nothing inside the mines due to the entire floor missing, and Nico is too much of a rule follower, so I guess we have to go somewhere else. I hate when games pull the fucking, oh, that's against the rules, you can't do that card. Honey, your world is ending. I couldn't give a single fart about the safety violations. Name one person who does. Please tell me right now. I'll wait. Nico was able to pull out the lens of the camera with the screwdriver. Then I was able to combine the lens with the broken battery and charge it with the sun. Look at me using my brain. Now I have a charged battery which can probably be put in that machine from earlier. I just actually have no idea where it was. Like, I'm wandering around these barrens like an idiot trying to find something that I was at 10 minutes ago. Don't worry though, because we found it eventually. Oh wait, oh la la la. I didn't even mean to do that, but I'm just so smart. Why not? Apparently the machine powered a lot of the robots again, and this computer that wasn't on before.
I see you've made progress in the world, Ryan, but that progress stops here. I believe you need a code to unlock a certain box. Well, that code no longer exists in this world.
Alright, so this is the part of the game where it starts fucking with my files.
What are you doing?
Good?
What are you doing?
No, yeah,
stop!
I'm happy about this. No, I don't talk to me in front of like people. They don't know who you're talking to. The first thing I do is go to my game files because I feel like that's a good place to start looking. Can you feel this? Can you feel this? Can you feel this? The first file I click on, yeah, here we are, buddy. I found it instantly. But while I was in the game files, I see this program with the icon of a black clover. I didn't want to click on it and it would like end the game or like murder Nico, so I just left it alone. We make our way back to the box and type in the code. 5, 3... What? Okay, so I guess that wasn't it. I start looking through the other text documents, but don't end up finding anything. Now, to me, having this mindset of, oh, this game is like a meta puzzle, something whatever. They hide shit in my files. I didn't know the extent of how difficult they were gonna make this and where they were gonna hide things. So I just assumed that they weren't gonna make anything easy. Like I actually had to dig to find the code. Now I'm telling you what my mindset is, so you better understand my approach to these puzzles. Because I was looking in the credits text file, and under the playtesters there was a name with 6 numbers. So I thought this is where they hid the code. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has got to be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Are we serious? I end up searching way too deep into the files. Dude, are we serious? What is a BMP? They should really put a warning at they should really put a warning at the beginning of the game saying to not go too deep into the game files, because spoiler, I never once found anything in there, and there are actually fucking spoilers in the game files. I know this now because looking back at the footage, I'm seeing images of cutscenes that just spoil everything. Thank God I'm too much of an idiot to see that. Look for this symbol. Once it actively relaunch the game. The entity didn't tell me anything. Eventually, I come across this note called Safe 1. It read, Dear I... Okay. The only important thing to the note is the text at the bottom saying the code that you need is blank. Now, how do we think I solved this puzzle? You are correct. I did write my own code and save the text file and thought it was going to work. And actually, to my surprise, 3. Fucking damn it. I don't want to talk about what else I did to try and solve this puzzle. I say in heavy quotes because it's actually embarrassing. I do finally make my way out of the game folder, even if it took an hour. I'm not exaggerating. But instead of exploring, the other files on my computer, I decide to start running around the Barrens again with confidence that I'm missing something. Notice how I'm saying I instead of we. I've been using we because it's kind of been like me and Nico throughout this entire journey, but Nico had no part in this. I feel awful that I had to drag them through my stupidity. They just had to sit and watch me fumble around for multiple hours at a time. I come across a rowboat robot who seems to actually be powered on now thanks to the generator. Don't talk about me. Again, I don't know you. I don't like you using my name. Just stop telling people about me. Robot tells me that it can take me places, but it cannot move because it's very rusty. So I guess we'll just come back later. I go to the computer again to see if anything's changed.
The code is contained within a document. Don't you know that there's a designated area for your documents on your own machine? Some god you are.
No, fuck you! Honestly, whoever just called me an idiot in the game, you're completely valid for that. Since I know that I am now supposed to look in my document folder, I open the game files again. What am I doing? Code is contained in a document. Unless you put a document in... Oh... I finally see the file literally sitting right in front of my face. Again, I didn't know it would be in my actual files. I just thought it would be in the game files. When I open it, text. That... I just opened. That had my social on it. That had my address. I found the document, but I opened the wrong file. Like really, that was the worst file I could have opened in that situation. That was insane. I didn't even know I had that available on my computer. Why do I even have that on my computer? Since I wrote my own code in the game files document, the code now looks like this. No, this is the code that I put in. It's ruined. Crap. I love rewatching my footage because I realize actually how stupid I am. The safe opens and Nico finds a gas mask and a book that they can't read. These corruption squares pop up and they seem pretty bad, but I don't really know what they do. The book we found also has a black clover on it. Just thought that was important to mention. Now with the gas mask, Nico can enter the areas that they couldn't breathe in before. We enter this building and found some rubber gloves, and also find this paper that tells me instructions on how to create some sort of cleaning product. It tells me we need to put gas into a container, and that's it. The rest of the page was ripped off. Nico takes down the wooden barricades with her crowbar and walks upstairs. We find another piece of paper that looks to be a continuation of the first one, telling me the rest of the instructions. I don't know who ripped these pages apart. Like, you're telling me that you only needed the first half of the paper where it only gave you one instruction? Oh yeah, now that I know this first instruction, I can remember the rest of it. Fuck you. I don't know what these words mean. It's a good thing you're here, Ryan. Don't talk to me. Nico finds a sponge right next to the paper, which probably can be used with the solution that we're trying to make. We make our way to these apartment buildings. I think they really don't have much going on in them. Nico finds a picture of a robot in one of the buildings and starts talking about how they've never really been around robots before, and it's kind of a new experience for them. I tell them to do a robot voice because if I'm prompted with that option, of course I'm gonna choose it. Hello? Now you sound like a fucking idiot. We do find a syringe in another building, which is good because to create this solution, we need to inject some sort of liquid. There's this gas coming out of the ground, so I tell Nico to capture some of it in this bottle we have. Not 2 minutes go by until I find the other thing we need. Nico sticks the syringe in the bubble thing and gets some of that liquidity. Nico mixes the two together and now we have a cleaning solution. They clean off the robot and now, finally, I'm able to leave this area. Never mind. It can't calculate the route because its navigating circuits are fried. Whatever that means. Apparently now we have to go find some head engineer near the main entrance and talk to them to fix the robot. So I did all that work for nothing is what you're telling me? Oh man, that's great. That is great, dude. The game does tell you at the beginning that Nico can get tired, and I was worried about wearing them out too much, so I thought this was a good place to let them nap. No. Nico wakes up from their bed. Apparently that cutscene was a dream that they were having. Which, hold on, can you give me time to prepare next time? Because as soon as I opened up the game, the dream sequence was happening and I didn't have OBS open. Nico tells me that that was their home and says that the sun in their world is a big ball of fire in the sky. That's crazy because my sun is... It's not out right now. Me and Nico share a bonding moment talking about how we both aren't from this world. I think we might just live in like basically the same world. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to explain what the sun is. We start our search for the main engineer, but what was throwing me off was the main entrance part. Nico spawned in here, so is this the main entrance? I mean, I guess not because there's no engineer around here. We keep wandering around aimlessly, talking to robots that give us zero information. And after like 10 minutes of finding nothing, I went back to the robot to see if it could give me any more information. The mine entrance. Not the main entrance. Not the main entrance. The mine entrance. Dyslexia is a superpower. Okay, so I know exactly where to go now. Jesus Christ, I'm stupid. Nico makes her way back to the robot to ask for help. She gives him this amulet. And apparently, if they give this to the robot, it will somehow activate its backup navigation BS. The robot also says that it's really hard for her to give up the amulet because it's really important to her for reasons not given. But since Nico is a messiah, she knows she has to. Alright, so now that I have it, we're gonna break the ember. Before we leave, she stops Nico and asks if they know how to play chess. They say no, but don't you worry, Nico. I know how to play chess. I've dedicated years of my life to FPS chess. Me and my one-trick Grony are undefeated, so with me on your side, you won't have to worry about losing. No, I'm not. I wanted to show off my FPS chess ability. I've literally played so much FPS chess for this single moment, and now it's literally wasted. It's actually gone. Like, of course, like I can't play chess and I have to listen to a stupid conversation instead of play chess, which I've trained my entire life doing. Dude, You would be cooked if it wasn't fucking Nico playing.
Besides Nico absolutely throwing this match.
They have a conversation about how she ended up in the Barrens, and how she doesn't know if the sun will stop the world from decaying. Dude, Nico, if I was playing, we wouldn't have lost. Who the fuck cares about the conversation? Nico, what are you doing? You've asked for my guidance for the entire game, and when it comes to this, the thing I'm actually confident in, you don't use me as a resource once. What is wrong with you? I'm sorry. We make our way back to the robot and give it this amber thing, but first it tells Nico that they need to drop some of their items off because the boat is over the weight limit. Are we serious? Why don't you step off the boat then, Mr. Robot? Don't pretend like I don't see your 3 chicken Big Mac meals sitting right next to you. Nico walks down this bridge and immediately hears someone calling out to someone named Alula. We immediately go investigate and find this bird guy. He asked me if I've seen his little sister. No, idiot, I just got here. Are you even watching the video? He told Nico that she's been missing for 3 days now, but he's looked everywhere and he has no idea where to find her. The last place he saw her was in the ruins, so she died. I guess it's up to us to find her now. Of course, I have to do everything around here with Nico. As we walk down a little more, we come across this robot. Dude, they don't know who I am. Stop dragging me down with you. We come across a building that houses the generator to the Glens. Dude, they don't know who I am. Nothing notable really happens until we make it to the ruins, besides a robot giving us a tube of water. When we make it there are a few rooms that are completely blocked off by vines. Whoa, big robot. This robot somehow recognizes Nico as the Messiah. I think they could tell by their hat. It tells them that they can pass through this area, but they need to sign something first. But we don't have a pen, so they can't fucking sign it. Surely we'll find a Michaels or something in the ruins and buy some Papermate Inkjoy pens. Do you guys remember those? I remember when I was in the 6th grade. There are multiple doors in the ruins that are just completely blocked off by vines, but it seems like we can't do anything about them right now. As we explore the ruins, we come across another computer.
Hello once again, audience. Hello again, Ryan. It seems like I need to help you again. Nico will not be able to progress otherwise. This time, the information you need has fallen in the most easily accessible place on your machine.
Recycle bin? To the people who have already played this game, I assume you can already see the issue here. But to those people who haven't, let me walk you through how I found out this puzzle. The machine said it's in the most accessible place on your computer. So what jumps to my mind immediately? Recycle bin, file explorer, a search engine, settings. To me, the search engine didn't make any sense, so we can cross that one off the list. And I checked my recycle bin and nothing was in there, so we can cross that off too. I answered its question honestly of, do you see it? No. If you're not exactly that bright. Dude! I am mad that you just said that about me. Are we being for real? Are we serious? I checked my file explorer for a minute and didn't have any luck, so I just decided to search around the ruins for a little bit longer. I don't think you know this. I don't know when you were born, but there's a lot of easily accessible things on my computer. We end up making our way down to this area with thorns. Nico walks up a little more and we come across this plant person. They tell us that they're not doing all right. Nico offers to help, but it seems like they've already accepted their fate. The only thing they want to do is feel the sun. They haven't felt it in so long and they would love to feel it one last time before they pass. We leave the sun with them and carry on our way. They say that the vines went away and that they aren't afraid anymore. So let's get back to that puzzle that's so easy. What is the most easily accessible thing on my computer? Is it in my files? but like this isn't the most easily accessible thing ever, you know what I mean? I'm gonna save everyone a lot of time here and skip forward to when I figured this out, but I'm not just gonna let the game get away with basically calling me an idiot. I searched my files through and through. I looked at my videos, pictures, documents, game files, nothing. I need you to answer this question for me real quick. What's the most easily accessible thing on your computer? Wrong! I gave up eventually and went back to the computer. Besides insulting me a little bit more, it gave me no information, and then I just kept searching. I can't find it anywhere. I gotta turn wallpaper engine off. It might be this. How do I turn it off? I actually do not know how to turn off fucking wallpaper engine. Remove. What? What? Of course it... Dude. Is this actually it? I actually do not know if this is it, but if this is it, dude, what does this even mean, though? Wait, what? I cannot believe that this creature said that I wasn't very bright. In what world would I know that my wallpaper changed? How about, since you're so tech savvy and can add and change files or whatever, why don't you just find your way around the wallpaper engine, idiot?
I know you're not exactly that bright for a
Computer person. Jesus Christ. I just want you to know, computer person, you're not better than me. You didn't best me in any way, shape, or form. You've never seen a moving wallpaper in your life, and you folded under pressure. Admit that, and I will forgive you. Oh yeah? Then why don't you kill yourself? 25 minutes, by the way. That's how long it took me to figure that out. I know that doesn't seem long, but imagine this. For almost 30 minutes. Yes, I found out what the answer is, but I honestly still don't know what the puzzle even is. Like, I have no idea what this is for. Since the vines are gone, we're able to exit the ruins in this other place. We find this trader guy who will offer us something for anything. Too bad I don't have the sun, because otherwise, I'd give it to this guy in a heartbeat. We go back in the ruins, because I assume we'll find nothing out here. And finally, the stupid shit that Nico was supposed to find 3 hours ago. Nico solves the puzzle, and it gets rid of the corruption on the door. This girl walks out of the room, and apparently this is that random guy's little sister. We agreed to take her back to her brother. It's not like I'm just gonna have her follow around Nico for the rest of the game. The brother is obviously relieved to see his sister, and then gives us some information about the corruption cubes, saying that when people say the world is decaying, this is what they mean, and if you touch them, you kind of just get messed up. They invite us into their house, and we follow them into the ruins. That's funny. The sister gives Nico a golden feather. They tell us that this feather is from their future-telling grandma, and it's a family heirloom. It's not their grandma. I don't know where I got that from. So that's why they're giving it to us. It's actually a really sweet gesture, and they hope that it will aid us on our journey. And I'm gonna eat it. We find a book with a black clover on it that looks pretty similar to the ones that we've been carrying for a while now. The brother tells us that his friend wrote it, but there's no way to inquiry him further. So I just assume I'll learn about them later. We leave their house after looking at every single object in there, and walk into this courtyard. There's an entrance to somewhere here, but it's completely flooded out. But besides that, there's not much really to do here that I know of. Fish! We make our way back outside to where the trader guy was, and right next to him is this little village. Again, nothing important enough happened here to mention, except for someone else saying that bringing back the sun won't help the world stop decaying. It'll just slow down the process. Well, what the fuck am I even doing this for? We did help this shepherd, like, wrangle up all their rams, and they gave me some wool for it. Nico is able to trade the wool for a vial of dye, and I dipped the really important feather heirloom in the dye, and now look, I have a pen. When those bird people wanted the feather to aid me on their journey, I'm not sure if this is what they meant by that, but oh well. Next, I'm gonna stick it in my cap and call it macaroni. Hey guys, I thought this joke was a little too advanced for some of you to understand, so let me break it down for you. We make our way immediately to the robot, but I completely forgot that Nico didn't have the sun. So we make our way to the sun. The sun went out! Okay, never mind. As soon as they picked it up again, it lit up. The thorns person also left behind a kernel of corn. I'll keep that as a snack for later, thank you. We make our way back to the robot and finally are able to sign the paper. Alright, no, that's fine. Nico lies down for a nap. Nico talks about how they saw their village in their dream, and how they missed the big open wheat fields that surrounded their village. Nico then asks me if I've ever seen a wheat field before. Yeah, I actually live in Ohio, and it's just kind of filled with wheat and corn fields. They're everywhere. Like, literally take one turn on any road in Ohio and you're on a wheat field or a corn field or a farmland. It's awful. They also bring up how they've never seen the ocean before, and this is all new experiences for them. We sign the paper and the robot lets us through. Oh, the way we came in gets corrupted, so Nico really has no choice but to move forward. Okay, we just got we're actually stuck at... I think we should start moving. I think we should start moving a little bit faster, Nico. Nico, I don't know your name. It's the core from Undertale. This big-ass robot welcomes us into the refuge. It tells Nico that the tower is on the surface level and we need to make our way down there. It also tells me that it's probably a good idea to check out the library just to find important information. I try to walk past the robot, but it says that this area is off limits. Only the bearer of the sacred kernel is allowed to pass. I mean, I was gonna eat this, but I guess Nico can bring it to the garden instead. They put the seed in the pot without any water or dirt. That's gonna grow into a really strong plant, Nico. Good job. We walk down this path and we hear metal clanging. Hello? When we check it out, apparently it's just this dude beating the shit out of the elevator. Nico asks how they can get to the surface, and the guy tells us that the call elevator button is missing. Like, it's just gone. Nico is like, let's just make a new one. And yeah, let's just make a new one. Who cares about the wiring or anything? All we need is a button and it'll work out fine. We have 4 different paths to explore, so I just choose a random one and we walk into an apartment complex. We find some scissors in a bathroom, a robot that wants to play rock, paper, scissors with Nico. No, like, you are so boring. Let's play a game. Like, it's just simple questions, dude. You said let's play a game, and then it asked, and then you're like, I don't understand what's going on. We come across this apartment with a Roomba inside. The game prompts me asking Nico to ride on it, so what am I gonna do, not tell them to do it? Yes. This is why this game is great. This is why this game is goated. I need this for the outro of the video. I enter this cool plant person's apartment. If I can get dirt anywhere, this guy can definitely lend me some. They also tell Nico that the reason that they're growing a bunch of black clovers is for one specific customer, but they haven't seen them in a while, which is odd. I assume this is the author. It's just confusing why they're almost talked about like a legend of some sort. Nico asks the gardener if they can give us any dirt, and luckily they do. I put the dirt into the pot with the seed and water it, but Nico said that the water isn't enough, so I guess I have to get more water and bring it back. I refill the tube with more water from this guy's sink and then run all the way back to the seed again just to pour more water on it. It doesn't work, and Nico seems to like question if the water and dirt will be enough. I don't know what else you would need. We find and take these magnets off a random person's fridge, and that was everything we could find in the apartments. We walk straight across to this other building. Nico comes across this door that's locked, so instead of trying to figure out a way to get into it, I just completely ignore it and go up. It seems like we're on some sort of lookout. Nico takes his time to talk about how they've never been to the city before and how it's completely different compared to their village. I don't know where we're going, by the way. Can you stop looking at me? Ohio. After our super deep and therapeutic conversation, we make our way back down below the locked door. Fuck! I don't like you. What are you gonna do? Insult me again? Say some stupid shit that doesn't even faze me? Just save it. Tell me what I have to do.
You're going to need this soon. Take this film and expose it to the void. The answer will be revealed when you bring it back again.
The computer gave Nico this weird film. What am I looking at? Then I accidentally, remember this, accidentally walked up to the computer again. And it started insulting me. Again.
No, I don't.
I got to the final place I haven't visited yet, and it's this cute little cafe. I find this can of coffee grounds on the ground, and Nico uses his scissors to make some sort of makeshift button. Then they fold the magnets that they stole from the fridge under the makeshift button, and somehow that created a magnetized button. They try putting the shittily crafted button in the place where it would go, and then the button just completely falls apart. That was a great attempt, Nico. Next time, let's add some glitter glue and some crayon, and maybe it'll work. Are we serious? I start to look for the answer to this weird film and find it in the game files almost instantly.
What's this?
63014. Hey, so while I was writing this, I realized that this was definitely not the way to solve this puzzle. Again, should have been more clear to not really search the game files, but it's whatever, it's in the past now. The actual way you're supposed to solve this puzzle is like you drag the window off screen, which I would have figured out anyway, but still, cool puzzle, honestly. I taped the button back together with this tape I found on some random desk.
We're back at it. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Boom.
Oh my god, it worked.
I am...
Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Thanks. I know the security code.
Oh, but I know the security code. Oh, but I know the security code.
Listen, you have to understand, I was just proud of myself that I bested the stupid-ass mean computer person. So let me have this. I'm just a girl.
And I'm the goal!
The guy's surprised that we knew the code, and then Nico brings me up again.
Don't talk about me.
He walks into the elevator, and Nico follows behind him until they stop and tell me that they're actually tired and want to take a nap first. Alright, Nico, go ahead. I'll just be sitting here. Waiting. I know you did not eat all those damn pancakes. Nico tells me that they think it was their birthday in their dream, and their mom made them pancakes. Their mom always made the best pancakes. Nico asks if I have a birthday. Yeah, it's September 5th.
Remember that.
They also ask if I like pancakes. I could fuck up a good pancake, honestly. Like, a good pancake from, like, first watch, dude. It can't be... Like, homemade pancakes are good, but, like, my family's never made good homemade pancakes. It's always, like, something from, like, a restaurant. You know what I mean? Not IHOP, but, like, First Watch. That's the only good example I can think of. And do I have neighbors? And what's my mother's maiden name? And do my neighbors share food with me? Nico, I don't know why that matters. No broke-ass college student is gonna share their food with me.
No, that's... Yeah, true. You know what? They should give me all their food.
Nico says that they really miss their neighbors. They used to make food and all share it between each other. Nico's been gone for a while now, and they really miss everyone. Anyways, who cares? Let's go down the elevator now. That guy's been waiting for Nico this entire time.
This guy's been holding the door for like an hour and a half.
Damn. We make our way down the elevator very awkwardly. Nico talks to the guy about his job, the city, the library. I wonder if she says that out loud. Every time he finishes talking, she's like, all right, Ryan, what else should I talk about? Nothing important to really mention. And hey, look, we're here. Dude, don't talk about me again. The first place we decide to explore in the city is this random ass alleyway. Nothing bad ever happens in an alleyway. Scary as a... What the fuck was that? Genuinely could not tell you what that was. We find this robot that's surrounded by a bunch of cats. Oh my god. The robot asks Nico to join and calls Nico a cat, which they aren't, by the way. They're a person. Definitely not a cat. Stop. Again, you brought me up again. We come across this wall with a ram on it. Okay. We find this room in the alleyway with a bunch of plastic discs in it. Nico asked if we should take them, and sure, ID gaff. We come across this robot that's been taken over by corruption. There's a room right above it that takes you to door. Tree. The fox tells Nico that they can't talk to them. Not now. But if we find a way to return, come back. Then it disappears. I assumed that was the author and that was the thing that flashed in our face when we first entered the alleyway. I make my way out of the alleyway and come across this person that's selling pills that make you never have to drink water again. And it also makes plants grow faster. Wait! They give me a free sample and we go take it up to the plant. And now Nico is satisfied with how the plant is. Thank God. We walk into a room with this big ass camera and we're able to put the lenses that we found into the slots behind it. Obviously there's a code, but I don't know what it is. But I could just brute force it. Never mind. I'll just come back later. I find the tower on accident, but okay, never mind. I'll just come back later. There's a pathway that leads to this factory area, and inside, some security robot tells us that we can't enter without completing this color puzzle. Now, I didn't know if this was like the fourth Wally break puzzles where I have to use my files again, or if it was just like a regular puzzle where I actually have to use my brain. It's the latter. It's one of those puzzles where you make guesses and it tells you how many you got right, but not which ones you got right. Honestly, I really like these types of puzzles, and I'm pretty good at them. What the fuck? I only have 10 guesses? I don't know what happens if I run out of guesses. Maybe the game just ends because, I mean, I only do have one shot after all. You know what? Never mind. I'll just come back later. I find the guy from the elevator filling up or doing something to a light. I get Nico to show him the lenses we found and he's like super surprised. Apparently those were from his house and we just took them. That's funny. We finally make our way to the library, which is arguably the most important thing for us to do. So that's why we did it last. We learned that every single book in this library was written by the author, which is insane. How the fuck does this person write so much? Especially if it's a fox. I think they had some help. One person in the library that you can talk to said that the author puts out books almost at an inhuman pace. Then Nico says maybe it's time travel or time control, which I actually think it is. But this freak character says that Nico is stupid for even thinking about that. What did you say about Nico? Nico talks to the main receptionist of the library. It said that the head librarian would know what to do, so it calls her. Great. Oh, but she's literally here. She's just upstairs. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll just make my way upstairs. This fuck-ass nerd robot won't let me through because I need a library card. Nico asks where they can get one, but the only person they can get it from is the head librarian. You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. No, no, no. Skip it. Stop. Please don't. No, please stop. Please, this isn't funny, dude. It was funny. Nico, it's time for you to break the rules. You've been such a boring rule follower all game. Please, for the love of God, just go against the rules once. Dude. Oh my God. Great job, Nico. So I guess our new job now is to find a fucking library card, but to do that, I guess the only thing we can do is that color puzzle. Thankfully, my smartass already forgot how many I got right, so I'm starting off the puzzle with 2 less turns. I'm not gonna bore everyone to death, so here's a Cliff Notes version of what happened. I fucked up and now I have 1 guess left. It's actually over. I can't do this. I genuinely can't do this right now. I have 1 try left. I'm gonna just keep this minimized. I'm gonna come back. Okay, since I basically failed that puzzle, I thought of a better idea. Brute forcing this lens puzzle. Honestly, this was the most lost I felt in this game, because I'm gonna lose the color puzzle and ruin the whole game, and I have no idea what to do for the lens puzzle. I felt like I had 0 leads and I was just stuck wandering around like a buffoon. I'm not kidding. I was just about to write into my script that unfortunately I just ended up brute forcing my way into completing the lens puzzle. But that got me curious of how you actually completed it. So I looked up how, and this is the explanation of how to solve it. Quote, you need to arrange the lenses into a 4-element lens design, common among camera lenses. End quote. Kill me. Right now. Kill me with a gun and a knife. in Minecraft with gun and knife mod. In what world would I know that? This isn't common knowledge. I don't think there's even anything in the game that hints to that. Ah, yes. The 4-element lens design, my favorite subject alongside pre-algebra math in 5th grade. I also spent so long going to the library and searching through the files because I assumed the answer would have been there. Come to think of it, that is a perfect place to put dumbass information like that. Like if I found a book in the library that talked about the 30 elemental camera lenses, I would have been less pissed, but I didn't. In the midst of me trying to solve this puzzle, I assumed that the answer might lie behind the door with the color puzzle, so I went there to just bite the bullet and lose the entire game. I'm gonna fuck it up. Oh, does it just restart? Oh, I thought I lost the game forever. That is awesome. Oh, dude, I don't even know why I've been playing. Dude, I left because I thought the game would have ended forever. On my second attempt, I made sure that I wasn't gonna fuck around this time. Oh, okay. Would you believe me if I told you that I failed the puzzle again? Good, because you shouldn't. Nico made their way into the door, and we come across this scientist freaking the freak out over some robot being corrupted. Right above them is a lot of other scientists freaking the freak out because the world... Dude, this is so stupid. Because the entire world is decaying. A lot of them running off zero sleep and using caffeine to keep them awake. It seems like the world decaying is way worse than what it seemed. Not to say the world decaying in general isn't bad, but it's just worse than I thought it was, you know what I mean? We walk into this door and are greeted by the scientist engineer lady. Don't talk about me, please. Nico asks her if she knows where to get a library card because the main librarian isn't there. She offers to give us her library card because having fun ain't hard when you got a library card. Hey guys, I thought this joke was a little too advanced for some of you to understand, so let me break it down for you. This joke's actually from the show Arthur. They sing a song about a library card. She then realizes that it'll probably not work because it's not Nico's face on the card. This is where that shit-ass photo puzzle comes in. I also steal glitter glue from her to probably use it on the library card. Before we leave, she talks to Nico about the author, saying that he used to work with her as a head researcher. And when the world started decaying and the land became separated, he built a flying machine, which in this world was almost impossible. I mean, it's just a plane, it's not that hard. But now he's busy with his books, like everyone else has said. In desperation, I show her the lenses to maybe get some answer out of her, but she gave me nothing. As I leave the room, Nico asks me something. Doesn't she look like the robot who gave us the amber in the Barrens? I've never seen a more clear sign in my life to show someone an object before, so we go back to do that. She's surprised that Nico has the amber and asks how they got it. They tell her that it was from the robot in the Barrens. The head engineer wanted to build a robot that thinks like a person. A robot that's not bound by its code, so she based it off herself. The contradictions in the code made the robot unstable, and she went rogue. Somehow her friend was able to stabilize her, and after that she ended up turning out how she wanted in the first place. Everyone gave up on her after she went rogue though, and she realized that. And that's why she's living in the Barrens alone. The scientist sends letters, but she never responds, which I remember seeing on the robot's desk. Anyways, who cares about the lore of this silly game? Now fast forward to me brute forcing the puzzle. 4, 1, 3, 2. 20 minutes of my life wasted later, Nico finally gets their picture taken and they glue it to the library card. Holy shit, that took way too long. Library card. You fucking piece of shit. Take it. We finally meet the head librarian. Nico asks, how do we get into the tower? And unfortunately, she doesn't really know. She suggested that maybe I know how to. Don't bring me up! I wanted to show her the journal that Nico's been carrying around with him the entire game, because if anyone's gonna know about it, it's the librarian, but I can't seem to find her anywhere. I have this to show you. Where is she? She disappeared. She's actually gone. God. Oh, okay. I found her. Nico gives her the journal, but since it's in a different language, it's gonna take time for the librarian to translate it. She tells Nico that they can go sleep in the bed upstairs if they want. I was so burnt out from brute forcing this puzzle, so thank God. Nico lies down for a nap. egg. She's horrified of the egg. What? Wait, no, wait, what? Wait, is this real? Wait, no, wait. Oh. We make our way down to the librarian. She gives Nico the book, but it's meant for me. Oh, shucks, you didn't have to write a whole book for me, silly? Greetings, Ryan. If you can finally read this, that means you're near the tower. The tower is the domain of the elusive entity. This being is connected. Why do you think I'm reading this in post? This being is connected to the world. It has no physical form, but it can communicate through machinery. When you first arrived here, it no doubt contacted you right away. Through its own means, the entity will guide the both of you to the tower. To enter the tower, you need not only the sun, but 3 pieces of the previous sun. The savior will not be able to do anything in there. But you, Ryan, on the other hand, look at the pattern on the floor and do as it says. And that's all the book says. The rest of the pages were torn out. The 3 pieces of the previous sun have to do with yellow phosphor, which glows for a long time. We already have 2, that being the amber and the feather, and the librarian is able to give us the last piece. We make our way to the tower. Hey Ryan, do you remember where the cafe is? Yeah. Nico is really hungry though, so first I'm gonna take them to the cafe and then make our way to the tower. The cafe lady cooks Nico some pancakes for free. Wow, how wholesome. Nico talks about how their mom's pancakes are their favorite food in the world and how they always taste amazing. She always made them when they were feeling sad or lonely or... Nico starts crying. They really miss their mom. Nico starts to second guess a lot of things. Are they even here to save the world? I mean, so many people have said how bringing the sun back won't fix anything. They don't even know why they're here. They just want to see their mom again. The cafe worker reassures Nico, saying that she's sure that they'll be able to save the world. That's a crazy thing to be sure about, but go off, Queen. She tells Nico that you'll get to go home after you save the world, so everything works out in the end. We make our way to the tower. It said follow this thing on the floor. I don't really know what that means, because last time I saw it, there was an X. So we'll see what it says this time, if it's still an X. It is still an X. Oh! Like, close the game? Oh, it closed weird. Nico's in the tower, but it's completely dark. They don't have the sun anymore. They ask me if they know what happened to the sun. I'm not able to answer. Nico starts calling for me, but I can't answer. They walk around for a little bit, but can't find anything. I close the game and reopen it.
Nico feels uneasy.
They walk around for a while, but again, nothing. I close the game.
Nico feels uneasy.
Same thing happens. I quit again.
Nico feels uneasy.
They finally stumble across something in the void. It's a fucking computer. God damn it.
Hello, Nico. Congratulations, you are inside the tower. Correct. Ryan has already left. I had to resort to contacting you directly. Correct. Correct. Ryan has already finished their mission. And so have you, Nico. Here, you can rest now. Everything that's happened is like a bad dream. When you wake up, you will be home.
Nico is confused.
What's wrong?
They thought they came here to go up the tower, put the sun back in its place. And now the sun is gone. And so am I. I'm actually not. I just can't say anything. Nico feels like this is wrong.
But you did good. You saved the world, Nico. Are you not happy?
The computer turns off and Nico is left alone. I don't really know what to do here. I close the game because I assume if Nico lies down, something bad happens. I quit a few more times, but nothing happens. I guess the only thing to really do is let Nico take a nap. They say that they never got to say goodbye to me. A pop-up shows up on my computer telling me to never return to this world again. Fuck you. She's still sleeping here. No, what is happening? What is happening? No, this isn't it. This isn't it. Did I fuck up? Oh! Okay, shut up. Everyone shut up now. I call out to Nico in their dream. Nico calls out to me again after they wake up, but I can't talk to them in this world. Something appeared in Nico's pocket. It's a fucking black clover, baby. The computer is back on.
You're still here? Nico, why are you still here?
Look who's the fucking idiot now, bitch. After you insulted me 50 times, I finally can piss you off. Holy shit, look how stupid you look right now. Yeah, I knew you were cutting it short. Fuck you. Oh, and now you're pulling out Reddit one-liners. You don't scare me at all. I've met hamsters more intimidating than you. A door appears in front of Nico. I feel like I messed up. I just feel like this isn't the correct end. What is happening? What is happening, dude? They enter, and the black clover application turns into a page. It acts as a map to guide us through this area. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like reading all the pages, but I will anyway. Also, it takes me a minute to figure out that the little clovers on each page actually go over the clover icon that's on my game's screen, which causes me to get lost for like 10 minutes, but it's okay. Back then, I told you about the entity as little as possible. Apologies for that. I did not want to put the librarian in danger. This being has a habit of silencing people who want to learn of its true nature. Regrettably, I've seen it happen to dear friends. Ah, but do not worry. The entity cannot touch you, nor can it do anything to me. I already left the world on my own terms. I never meant for the entity to exist, but now that it's fully sentient, one thing became clear. The entity seeks death. Death to itself, death to the world, a relentless desire that manifested physically. You've already seen the scars. Right now, the entity is doing everything it can to impede your progress, stalling for even a few minutes, before you inevitably bring the sun to the tower summit. That is where you, God, will make the final judgment for the world. Of course, the entity will contact you again there, and when it does, it will trick you into shattering the sun. This will end the world instantly. No, it's not that simple. I am sorry, I do not know what to do in a situation like this, but I think I have to tell you the truth. The sun is the Messiah's tie to the world. As long as the sun is intact, the Messiah remains trapped here. Shattering the sun may terminate this world, but it is also the only way for the Messiah to return home. I did not realize things could end up like this. Please forgive me. We made it to the light bulb. I mean sun. Nico is upset that I'm gone, but I'm able to talk to them now. I let them know I never left. The light bulb starts glowing. Nico picks up the sun. Okay, so I assume the more dilemma it's putting me through is I can send her back home, but I'm destroying an entire world, basically, and killing all these people, or she has to stay here forever and like not in this world. But like then you're like, oh, but like the world is decaying, you know what I mean? The world is decaying. This world already is gonna end. People said that the sun is not gonna save it, but like you don't know if it's actually gonna save it or not. Like that, so this is the dilemma it's putting me in. We're back in the house where we started in. We find a book that reads ad infinitum, which I think means with end or limit. I don't know, I'm not looking it up. We make our way upstairs. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Yeah, I did make it. Okay, thank you. When you reach a summit, shatter a light bulb, and this is exactly what the pages told me. Are you gonna tell me what to do, or are you just gonna... Okay. I'm just humoring me. Thank you. Then you get help from certain somewhere. He already told me about the choice, didn't he? Yeah, he did. And I'm kinda... I don't know what to do. Yeah. Nico is the only thing worth saving here. Yeah, but then you have a whole world of people, and it comes to this whole, like, moral thing. Like, do you want to fuck over this world of people, or, like, do you just want to save one? It's like the trolley problem. Like, you're literally giving me the trolley problem right now, and are you telling me to kill 5 people, or whatever the fucking choices are? But this time, the trolley isn't moving on its own. It's my choice. So that's kind of like the sucky thing. Hi, kitty. ... I know it is, dude. I was just saying that. If you choose to smash the light bulb, the Nico wake book makes it back home like it was all a dream. I know. Feel like Nico returned the son. The child will have to bear the weight of this sacrifice. Meaning she has to stay here, or what does that mean? Nico takes this long-ass elevator up to the top of the tower. They try to make small talk with me, asking, am I excited to save the world? They're excited to go back home and see everyone again. But my character isn't saying anything. When it comes to this situation in real life, I would have told Nico right away. So I don't know why this game isn't letting me do that. They ask me if I'm okay because I'm quiet. I finally tell them the truth. I need to tell you something. We can't save both. The world and you. To send you home, we must shatter the light bulb. Yeah. I don't know. We've made it to the top. All we have to do now is make a choice. I don't know, dude. Let's weigh our options. Okay. Number one, what is this world? Is this like a real world? Like I was transported here randomly, right? I mean, I'm sure these are like, obviously I don't know like the concepts and confines of if this is like a real world or not, but I assume it is. But the thing that's like in my head is like, oh, the world is gonna decay anyway, even if you bring the sun back, right? And then if you return home and shatter a light bulb, Nico doesn't get to go home. I don't even know how old Nico is, probably like 5 maybe, and you kill a whole bunch of people so she gets to go home. But like then again, like would that all be a waste because the world would end up like decaying anyway because people said that, so is it gonna be worth it? And then you just like, I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do. I'm struck with indecision. God, it's the weight of each of these options. I'm scared to click a single button. See, if this was me, right? If this was me, I would return the sun. Okay, but this isn't me. This is like technically like her, right? I don't like having to make this decision for her. Like if this was me, I'd easily return the sun instantly. Like, you know, like fuck my old life. Like I'm saving all these people. But like, I don't know what they want. You know what I mean? I don't know what she wants. So like, what do? I'm stuck with this stupid ass fucking dilemma. I could flip a coin, but that won't help me at all because I'm not going to even go with it. So there's no point in even doing that in the first place. I think I'm leaning towards return the sun. But like, then I'm feeling like I'm fucking her over. And I don't want to do that. And like, I want her to be back home with her, whatever, family, wheat fields, 50 pancakes. But I also don't want to kill a whole fucking world of people. But like, they don't even know that's good. I'm gonna regret any decision I make. Either one, I'm not gonna be happy with what I do. You know what I mean? But you kind of gotta go like, what's morally correct here? And I think what's morally correct is saving the most people. In this situation, it's not a fucking trolley problem. There's nothing moving. It's static, and I'm basically choosing, oh hey, kill one person or kill 5 people, and I have to choose. Or save, I guess. Save one person or save 5 people. And like, I think I'm returning the sun. 3, 2, 1. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Dude, I feel bad, dude. It's a fictional character and I feel bad. I know, but then you don't even know if it's gonna work. I don't even know if it's gonna work. No. God damn it. No, but oh my god. You don't even get to know if it saves the world or not. I think it does. Okay. I don't feel good about what I did, but I don't think I would have felt good about what I did after. God damn it. I want to know what happens. This is gonna keep me up at night. I'm being so for real. Dude, god damn it, dude. I don't feel good. Dude, I don't feel good. Oh, is this our house? Oh. It was empty. Oh. Hold on. I thought I was done with this game, but there's more. I was thinking to myself when I was finishing up the script, I felt like I missed so much. When I write out the reviews of these games for my videos, I like to watch other reviewers to kinda understand their points and such so I can get a more clear idea of what I want to say in my head. The way they described the game felt so much more different from how I felt, and I felt like I missed a lot of secrets and things that added to the game's experience. This made me want to play the game again to try to find some stuff that I missed out on in my first experience. I know, the game is only supposed to be played once, is what I thought, but apparently I was wrong, because after I deleted all my files and reinstalled the game, as soon as I opened it, I got an achievement called Return. I wish I was recording when I did this because I was so surprised. This was the coolest thing to me ever. I guess I'm not fully done with the game. I have fully written out the script for my first playthrough. I guess they should have called this game Two Shot, am I right? Alright. I can't believe I have to record this again. Nico wakes up calling out to me. They're confused why they said that, but the name sounds familiar. Since I know what to do, I immediately go to the computer and I have to type in this long-ass password. Instead of there being one password, there are 4 separate passwords. And by passwords, I mean notes. They're notes. It looks like you're able to remove the restriction. In that case, you are ready to continue. The necessary preparations are already in place. This session might run a very different course depending on your actions. If you can recognize my symbol, you will know what you should do. I confess, it will be risky. The probability that the entity's condition will worsen is quite high. And if that happens, then... Look at me, asking you for favors, only to become so apprehensive once you agreed. I understand if you wish to leave some questions unanswered. I understand if you do not believe in a happy resolution. I understand if you are simply afraid of what might happen, because I am afraid too. If you enjoy the world as is, if you are satisfied with the story as is, if you really do not want to see anything changed, for better or for worse, then pretend you never saw this. Carry the session as you normally would. Do not use my journal for anything other than what you are already familiar with. This option will always remain for you though. That's why I implore you to consider the Messiah, the world, my children. They all deserve their good ending. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. Holy yap fucking central. So this person, the author, I assume, is telling me I either can do everything right or play the game normally again and do the same shit I did before. I think I'm gonna do that. Also, there was a password hidden in the notes, so the computer greets me. Reads pretty much the same as last time, except...
No, this doesn't feel right at all. Have we already been through this, Ryan? But that should be impossible.
No, yeah, that would be impossible, so we haven't been through this. Let's not focus on that and just keep moving on, you know?
You only had one shot. I wasn't supposed to exist after that.
Nico repeats my name again, saying that it sounds so familiar. The intro proceeds pretty much the same, but I'm low-key speedrunning through this, John. I make my way immediately to ProfitBot, same dialogue, but when Nico's prompted to ask it questions, a new option appears. About Ryan. New. ProfitBot tells them how I'm a god. I know, have you seen my... It does a whole song and dance about how great I am, and then asks Nico to connect with me. They say they feel like they've met me before. Oh honey, we have. I like how they gave me the option to lie, but I was too worried about ruining the game, so I didn't. If I'm gonna be real, I'm not gonna go over everything I did because, I mean, we've already done this before, but if you really want that experience, I've put timestamps right in the middle of the video so you know when to jump to that timestamp. Yeah, you thought that was an editing mistake? No, I knew what I was doing all along. I don't make mistakes. Ever. I did not realize that Nico is non-binary. We go talk to the robot girl, Silver. I ignore everything she says and make my way to the mines. So, well, my question is, How do I get across here? I just realized I forgot to mention this. Last time I found the journal in the safe with the gas mask, but this time Nico entered the world with the journal. It's probably important to know that. I equipped the journal before I get yelled at for the safety violation again, but this time... Okay. Was that there before? It's like that vision from before. Nico mentioned seeing a robot with a yellow eye to Silver, and she says that she knew of a robot that always insisted on going back into the mines. Odd. Nico says that they feel something in their pocket. Silver says that she knows the author, and the fact that he has yellow phosphor in it really has her intrigued, because yellow phosphor in this world is very scarce and valuable, just in case you wanted to know the lore behind yellow phosphor. Silver shows off the amulet from before. This time, she doesn't give Nico the necklace. I click on the glowing journal and this page appears. It's some sort of drawing of the room with a minecart added to it. I don't really understand, but I assume I need to somehow bring a minecart to the mines. There are multiple minecarts around the Barrens, but I assume I need a crowbar or something to like get it off the tracks. I don't know, that makes the most sense to me. I spent way too long trying to remember where the crowbar was, but it was all in vain because I couldn't get the minecart off the track anyway. We do the whole shebang where we make a power cell and activate all the robots. I was scared to interact with the entity at all, so I didn't look at the computer just yet. We go back to the mines just to check it out again, and I noticed that there's a black clover on the ground that wasn't there before. I open the journal on top of the clover. It's a clover. Yeah, sure is, buddy. All right. I don't know what just happened. So now there's a minecart here? So let's go across some mines, I guess. All right. I mean, yeah, Dude, this is so cool, bro. This is cool. Like, what is going on? Silver came along because she wanted to make sure Nico is safe. Hello. Anything? Okay. Nico stops moving.
I do not recognize this place in the protocol. This isn't what I'm supposed to be showing you at all. How did you get here? I can only think of one person. He contacted you. How long have you been doing this? It doesn't matter at this point. You are going out of balance. You should turn back. Please turn back. Bad things are going to happen. Very bad things. At this rate, Nico will be in danger. Please turn back.
I think you're lying. Nico all of a sudden gets a really bad feeling and then asks me if we should continue. I tell them to keep going forward. I didn't like how the first option was we should go back because I don't know if that was the entity or that's what the game wants me to do. We finally make it to somewhere. One of the computer terminals turn on, which piques the interest of Silver. So Nico decides to explore a little on their own. We enter this room and see a robot. The robot from the vision. Nico immediately notices how the robot looks like the prophet bot we met before and asks about that. This robot doesn't really know because its memory has been completely wiped. It also asks how we got here. Nico tells the whole story of how like a minecart appeared out of nowhere because of this journal and then shows it to the robot. It says some cryptic shit like, "It's already begun," and popped a memory disk out of its head. It tells Nico not to tell Silver about seeing anything. At least not yet, and also to restore its memory, but I assume that. There's this puzzle on the wall that correlates with the memory restoration process, and for the smart viewers out there, you might have remembered that there's this little residential area with numbers on the buildings in the exact same layout, so we make our way there. The way this puzzle works is I have to put the correct symbol that correlates with the building that houses the thing. I can't explain this well without an example, so I'm just gonna do it and you're gonna understand what I mean. Since I need the gas mask to make my way to the residential area, I go to the computer for the password, but instead of the entity talking to me and giving me sass, it just says documents. This fucking stupid ass computer person thinks they're so mad that they're not even gonna talk to me. That is funny, and that just made my year, and that just fills me with so much joy because I did not have to interact with the entity. Instead of this encrypted note like last time, it just flat out tells me the password. Boom, got the gas mask. Boom, got the notes I needed. Boom, puzzle time. Puzzle time. Reddit time. This is a robot. No, water is 113, and then 119 has a power cell. Okay, so that's how the puzzle works, okay? I put the memory disk and it worked. Wow. I don't know how the residential areas map brought back all of its memory, but who am I to question how this works? The robot defines itself as the original Prophet bot. It begins to describe how it's basically better in every single way, and how it's not tamed, which is a common word used by a lot of robots in this game. Almost every robot you've come by hasn't been tamed, and I still don't really know what it means. Anyways, it was built before the real world ended. This was a shock to Nico, hearing real world implying that this is not. It asks them if they remember the ending, or traversing through the world at all. They don't, and I think they're having an existential crisis now. So thanks, dude. Apparently, I bypassed some one-shot system by deleting a file, but I didn't find the specific file. I literally just deleted the entire folder. Anyways, Nico is very overwhelmed by this information.
Calm down. Yeah, thank you.
To help them remember, ProphetBot tells them to picture the top room of the tower. No matter what, that room never changes.
All right, Nico, lock in. All right, now we gaslight them and say none of that was real.
They seem to remember a lot of things now. ProphetBot also calls the residents of this world NPCs, so I don't know if that means if they're fake or not. Basically what it's getting at is that every time I open the game window, I'm creating this world, the characters in this world. The NPCs only exist when I open the game. Characters like Nico, and apparently this robot too, I guess, aren't part of the world, and that's why... I forget if I mentioned this in the script or not. When I closed the game without Nico sleeping, and I reopened it, they told me how everything went black. Not even the sun could light anything. So now I feel bad for not sending Nico home and shattering the light bulb, because this world doesn't exist anyway. But that's beyond the point. Also, there's a big computer called the World Machine that runs the whole world whenever I open the game. Important lore or whatever. Damn, dude! I made the worst decision ever. I actually, trapped...
Grim, get the fuck off of Counter-Strike 2.
I literally trapped Nico in this fake world. What are we doing, Grim? Nico does have a good question here, asking why are they trying to save a world that's fake? And why did I never tell them that everything was fake? Hey, don't go blaming me. I didn't know any of this.
I didn't know. I just would like to butt into the conversation right now. I didn't know.
Also, once someone from a different world gets stuck in a world like this, they cannot leave until it's saved.
Nico, it's not my fault. I was just trying to create a funny YouTube video. Yeah, fuck you.
The robot tells Nico to take the boat to the Glens and proceed with things like normal. It'll meet us there later. Okay, let's go to the Glens, I guess.
Okay, I'm done. I'll leave.
Oh, Silver recognizes the robot because it's the one who wanted to go deeper into the mines. It knows of the amber she has because they were both friends of the author or whatever. And one final thing before we can start playing the game again, the squares are gonna be everywhere. Okay, yay, let's go to the Glens.
I remember what happened at the tower. What I tried to do and how you managed to see through it all. We have been through all of it.
No, we haven't. No. No, we haven't. What are you talking about?
Even though it was only supposed to be run once, you still managed to come back. How did you come back? How did you bring Nico back?
Listen, you're getting hysterical. I didn't do any of this.
And then you managed to break out of bounds.
No, I didn't. No, this isn't... Trust. This is my first time playing the game. I'm new here. I'm just here to have a good time.
Bringing Nico to places that never should have been. It was him, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't him. It was me.
And now, Nico is upset.
No, they're not.
What even happened in that room back there? What did Nico learn? Nico is upset. I can feel it. I told you to turn back, Ryan, but you have chosen to trust that man instead of me. No, not even that.
Dude, if I saw whoever was behind these messages in real life, I would gouge their eyes out with my thumb.
Just book his ghost. This world is not real. The people are not real. Nico is upset.
Stop saying that.
Nico is... No. Everything is wrong.
Oh, so there goes that plan. If I'm gonna be real, this thing that's behind these messages genuinely make me so mad. Like everything about it. The fact that it interrupts my gameplay, the fact that they type like a Redditor, the fact that I feel like I can insult them by calling them a poopy head. This robot or whatever it is so insufferable to read. I debate ending my life in GTA every time I have to listen to it. Anyways, there's a secret passage behind the machine that takes us to the Glens. I don't know why ProfitBot didn't let us use it before the squares, but who cares?
I tried.
Oh my god.
I really did. But I tried to protect you.
Dude, I hate this Redditor, bro. Like, there is a Redditor behind all these messages. We gotta go. 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 The entire cave or something fell on top of Silver, but she's holding it up. She's dead. Me and ProfitBot slowly roll away. It tells Nico to take the disc. Then we get cut off by more squares. It tells them to give the disc to someone named Cedric. And then Nico slowly rolls away again. As we're rushing to get out of the cave, Nico stops to just talk to me. We just kind of... Stop stopping to talk to me, Nico. We need to go. They ask me if it's not real. I tell them the truth because there's no point in lying. I don't understand why they're so upset about this. Like, it's not even their world, so why would it even matter if the world that they're in is fake or not? Yeah, it kind of makes the whole journey pointless in a way, but at the same time, just do what you have to do and get out of there. They even know that they're gonna get out after they save the world. Anyways, that was a quick little Rye Bernson's Inner Thought segment. Tune in next week to hear my opinion about shapes. Why is it slanted, man? And he gives us a Cedric or something like that. We make it to the Glens. There are vines literally everywhere. We're right next to the ruins, so I enter them. Immediately, a robot tells them that they can't communicate with the city gate robot. So we go and check on it. Are they geeked? This is... Oh, crap. There are squares literally everywhere now, and it's blocking our way to the city. So we already have to find another way to get there. That's just great. We make our way down to the plant girl. She seems to be in pretty bad condition. She has these vines sprouting off her now, and is struggling to get words out. To keep all the islands from sinking, she's keeping them all connected with her vines. Nico offers to leave the sun with her like last time, but she refuses, saying that the sun might make her lose focus. She tells Nico not to worry, and we make our way to the bird siblings. Yes, they are standing outside of their home because it's been corrupted. They tell them that the squares are way worse than last time, and they're confused by what they mean. Yeah, I can tell. Nico introduces themselves and then calls them each by name before they've said anything. Nico, you're really just flopping right now. You're really just giving everything away. They ask if there's another way to get to the city. One of them says that there's a way through the burial grounds, but the only issue with that is that it's completely flooded out, and there's not really a way to get there now. They lead Nico there anyway. I walk in the entrance, and I assume that I'm going to be able to spawn a boat or something with the book, and oh wow, would you look at that. Ready? 3, 2, Oh, it like connects and everything. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. The siblings are excited because they're able to go to the burial grounds and see their mom. Nico asks if I think the boat is safe. Girl, I don't know. We made it. I'm gonna be very disrespectful. The two bird siblings pay respect to their mother. Oh, that's so sweet. We leave them to do their thing, and I come across this pilot guy. Apparently, his name is Cedric, which is good because I needed to find him. We got lucky because Cedric was actually supposed to wait in the city until we got there, but he thought it'd just be faster to pick us up here. Apparently, he can fly planes, but to him, it's not a plane, it's a flying machine. So a plane? He said that the flying machine is his dad's, and it's the only one that exists. Nico thinks that's so cool that his dad invented planes, but like, anyone with a degree in marketing could do that. He also asked them where ProfitBot is, but they had to give him the unfortunate news that he didn't make it. They show him the memory disk, and apparently everything is okay. The memory disk was the most important part of ProfitBot, and Cedric knows how to rebuild him, which is good because we need all three of them if we want to get into the big door. The big door. There is one issue right now though. The flying machine kinda broke down when he flew here, and we now need to find some gears and a battery. See, I was gonna have hatred of you bringing me up, but that bit is dead. The bit's dead. Me and Nico make our way back to the Glens. The bridge that connects to the rest of the area seems to be out. So we make our way to the plant girl and ask if she can help out with that. She says that she's able to do that, but it'll use the last of her strength. Oh. That's not far enough, Nico. Nico asks if she's okay. There's no response. Great, you killed her. You killed her. Great job, Nico. You're a murderer. You killed her. But Loki, she ate because all the bridges are fixed now. We find a bunch of villagers stranded on this piece of land because their village was corrupted by squares. The trader guy is amongst all these people, and he says he doesn't have any gears, but he does have a music box. He struggles with trading it away, but since the world is coming to an end, he assumed it was probably better to give it to the savior anyway. Nico comes across this generator area that powers all the robots. It's like the generator in the Barrens, and it has a battery in it. So they take it from the machine, killing all the robots forever. They're never coming back. Great job, Nico. Nico brings everything to Cedric, and he's able to fix the plane. The only issue he has is taking apart the music box because his dad was the only one who makes them in this world. So your dad just does everything. He made the only plane ever. He makes music boxes and wrote an entire library filled with books. I bet he also owns Microsoft and is gonna ban my Xbox account too, huh? Nico asks him what the plan is when we get to the city. First, he's gonna bring back Proto. I guess his name has been Proto this whole time. And then we have to find one other person. He asks Nico if they remember meeting a fox from last time, and Nico has a slight memory of that. Nico says how it's been hard for them to accept the fact that the world they're in isn't real. It makes him really sad knowing that they're almost trapped here for no reason. And then they bring up the point about Proto and Cedric, and how they know and understand all this. Which Cedric just doesn't give a good answer and says Rue, the fox, can explain it better. Okay, thanks for not trying in the slightest. He does say that his father is putting everything into this one last run. Everything has to go right or the world will be unsavable. We got lucky because Proto was able to give us the memory disk before it got caught in the squares, which completely corrupts the code of anything it touches. Cedric's father lost a lot of friends to the code because he made the simulation. Holy plot twist! Everyone, put that down in your lore notebooks now. After dropping that piece of lore, Cedric, I guess, wanted to share more. Proto, Cedric, and Rue are not part of the simulation. Their real world was destroyed a long time ago. Proto was built to predict the future about the Messiah while the world was ending, but its prediction said that the Messiah would never arrive to the world in time. Since people knew that the world was gonna end, some people wanted to spend the rest of their life figuring out some way to save it. That's why his father built the world machine. He was able to convert the entire thing into code, and it somehow escaped the world before it ended. The code was just left in a void until it was installed onto another piece of hardware. My computer. I would be able to generate the universe using the code, but they had to use Nico as a living person to keep the world stable. Okay, that was it. Did you write that all down?
No. Yes.
Of course, right before we leave, the two bird siblings run up to Nico. They say the boat has been covered in squares and they're spreading in this direction. Cedric says he has to take Nico to the city first, but can fly back and pick up both of them because they're basically stranded now. Okay. Damn, dude. How does it know I'm here? We land in the city on this tiny ass platform. I don't know how flying machines work in your world, but something tells me that you don't just fall straight down to land it like you're in some shitty Roblox game. Nico asked me if I had fun on the plane. Yeah, it was great, Nico. Real hell of a time. Nico thanks Cedric and tells him that they're really happy to have met a lot of nice people on their journey, like him, Proto, and Silver. Cedric tells Nico just to do what they did last time and get to the surface while he fixes Protobot and gets the siblings. Well, they're dead. They're dead. They died. It's over. We lost. So, quick change of plans. Now we have to find a door under a large clock? Okay. I have to find Rue as fast as possible because she knows what to do next. Oh, I thought he just killed himself. This is where the garden was, wasn't it? I actually think it was, yeah. And the robot is gonna be covered in squares. Oh, read like a freaking book. We walk up to the guy kicking the elevator. Nico asks if the elevator is missing a button. The people who lived in the apartments had to evacuate to the cafe because it got corrupted by squares. Yeah. Never mind. So now we have to really find that room with the clock, which we do. It bothered me so much that I couldn't get into this room last time. I thought I messed up or missed something. It just makes me feel so much better that I'm able to get into this room now. There's also nothing on the computer if you were wondering, because I know some of you were. I have to enter the same password from before to access the room. The room has 4 lights in it, but it doesn't seem like we can interact with them. There are also 2 elevators in this room. One of them is stuck at the bottom floor, and the other one you need to pull a lever to open. Since Nico is canonically 3 feet tall, they can't reach it, so they go and recruit the elevator guy to be able to reach it instead. I mean, I would have been able to reach it. I can touch the top of my freaking door frame, by the way, just in case you're wondering, Nico. Do you care? Nico? Hey, Nico? Do you care? Do you care that I can touch the top of my door frame? Hey, Nico? Nico, hey? Hello? Do you care? Also, I just want to completely skip the part where I thought the red, green, and blue squares were a puzzle because of RGB or whatever. So I never spent 20 minutes of my life trying to solve a puzzle that never existed, okay? I lead him to the room, and as soon as I walk in... What? Hey man, are you coming in? Where did he go? Oh, he's already in here. How did he do that? He's able to reach the lever with his stick thing, and now the elevator is working. We take it down, and it takes us right to the tower. He says that he's gonna go get the rest of the evacuees. Okay. It's gonna be, I knew it. You're not fucking slick, bro. Since there's literally nothing we can do about that, we just make our way to Rue. But first we come across Cedric and that lead scientist lady arguing. She doesn't want him to go to the factory because she said it might collapse at any moment. But he don't gaff because he runs off anyway and they get separated by the squares. She sees Nico and takes him to the library. Everyone has gathered here because it's one of the safest parts in the city. There, Nico starts talking with the head librarian and the scientist whose name is apparently Kip. Nico says they knew who that was and basically outs him by saying his full name and address out loud for everyone to hear. That's a good sign. What is happening? He died? Holy shit. So the entire facility collapsed and Cedric is most definitely dead now. So not only have we lost Proto, but now Cedric. Might as well taxidermize Rue at this point. Nico has to get going because they need to meet up with Rue immediately before shit starts collapsing. Kip and the librarian tell them not to leave because it's so dangerous out there, and the sun won't reverse any of the damage the squares caused. This really conflicts Nico because they either do their mission, which is to put the sun back, or stay safe at the library. If they choose the sun, they need to leave now because we don't know how much time is left in the world. Kip says it's better just to let the world die naturally. No living being should have to carry the burden of saving the world. She starts apologizing to Nico for the amount of pressure they put on them, ignoring the fact that they're a lost child. They're being held back by the same people that they're trying to save, and they're sorry for that. Nico tells them that it's okay. Back when they first entered this world, all they wanted to do was go home. Don't talk to me in front of these people. It's embarrassing. At the end, they weren't really sure if they wanted to go home anymore. Even though the sun didn't stop the world from decaying, at least it slowed it down and made the people happy. They didn't even question it when I told them to put the sun back. And then they found out that the world was a simulation. Nico apologizes to me about getting upset with me at the mines. Girl, it's fine. That was like 5 hours ago. It seems so cruel that I would keep coming back, initiating a world like this. But then they realized that I wanted to save the world and them. But at the end, I can only choose one thing. If it comes to that time again, and I have to make the same decision, they want me to save this world, even with everything going on right now. See, this is awesome because they told me what they wanted, and now like I don't feel bad choosing. So if I have to go to a point to where I have to choose again, I am saving this world because they literally told me with their words that they want to save the world. Thank you. Nico tells me that they're not afraid anymore. They then ask for them to let them go. I don't know why you're asking. It's not like they're forcing you to stay here. They agree to let Nico go, and it's on our way to see Rue. I know we're in a rush or whatever, but that didn't stop me from talking to every single person that's staying at the library first. Nico makes their way into the back alley. Rue is pretty surprised that Nico made it back here again. She asks if they've met the others. Yes, but they're dead, and Rue cut Nico off. I assumed that they were gonna tell her that they're dead forever, in exact quotes, but I guess this isn't the time or place. We make our way back to the room with the lights. Rue asks, where are the other two? They're supposed to be here already. Yeah, so maybe if you didn't cut off Nico 2 seconds ago, you would know. Nico says that they didn't make it, and since we needed all 3 of them to save the world or whatever, it's actually over. There's one last thing Rue wants to do before the world ends, so she has to go upstairs. Wait, so it's actually just over? Damn, what? Is there a way to make it? Wait, no. Wait, so it's actually just over, is what you're telling me. Rue wanted to come up here because it's her favorite place in the world. It overlooks the entire city. Does everyone have their lore notebooks? Because this shit is about to get crazy. It was depressing when Rue found out for the first time, knowing that all of this is simulated. Nico apologizes about what happened to her old world. They couldn't even imagine how they feel. It's almost ironic how they're trapped here by the same individual who wants to send them home. That being the world machine, or what Nico might know it as, the entity, or what I might know it as, the fucking idiot on the computer. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. All machines are built under this one rule: never to harm a living being. But the world machine feels like it's forced to go against this rule by bringing a person into this simulated dying world. Even though the simulation was never dangerous and was meant to have a happy ending, it doesn't understand this. Since it is conscious, it creates a conflict in its programming that causes a self-destructive spiral where it's corrupting its own code, which is the squares. Her creator thought it was just because it was such a huge and complex machine, so he tried to adjust the story to fix it, but that did nothing. It took them too long to realize that the corruption was coming from the inside, and the world was already at its end. The tries to fix the world failed because it doesn't believe that the people who lived in it, including Rue, are real. We really have no chance to tame it now. Nico brings up taming and asks what it means. Throughout the game, so many robots have said, "I have not been tamed." But it was always meaningless to me because it didn't make any sense. Rue asks Nico if they know what a robot really is. Robots aren't people. It's a being whose entire existence is code. Yeah, you're not really breaking new ground here, buddy. They could be mass-produced, assigned tasks, but they always know that they're a robot, not a living being. Obviously, these things are intentional, because a robot that doesn't follow its own programming is dangerous. But if a robot develops an emotional relationship with someone where the person is almost treating it like another living person, it can start to think past its programming, thinking that it's real. This is basically what happened to the world machine. Her creator tried to change its code and enable these interactions, but this just made everything worse. Normally, the world machine wouldn't act on these self-destructive tendencies when Nico is in the world. It doesn't want to take the world down with them in it. All her creator wanted to do was write Nico a happy ending, but since the other two are gone, she doesn't know how to do that. Did you get all that? Hello? Did you get all that? Hello? Oh, okay. Alright. I honestly thought this was the end of the game, but it's not. They're gonna be down here. Knew it. Knew it! God, bro, I'm so smart. So apparently they didn't die, which I don't know how that happened, but we can save the world now, I guess. Everyone steps onto their portal, and this is where I, the main character of the story, comes in. I find them in the files, and I place them into this big portal. I don't know what the big portal is. I feel like I'm gonna fuck this up somehow. Oh, and he's in here. Put me in the big portal. I wonder what happens if I put them in here. This door opens up in the game. This is the room where the world machine is. Rue tells Nico to enter and I'll know what to do in there. How do you know? I'm terrible at these puzzles. Okay. This is where I, the main character of the story, comes in. Nico starts making their way through the world machine. It's filled with a bunch of TVs that show off everything that's in this world. Honestly, really cool area. As they make their way up this path, it starts to get corrupted more and more until they're eventually trapped. You're fine, 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 you're fine. Hello, TV. I low-key thought that sounded like bang top cheddar. I'm just gonna be real. Nico's reflection starts talking to them. Okay, apparently it's not Nico. It's actually just the world machine using their reflection. It tells them to leave. It's not safe for them to be here. But it fails to realize that Nico is stuck here. We learn that we're in the center of the tower. The world machine never wanted it to end up the way that it did. This story wasn't even written into its code at all. Back at the mines, I found something that even it couldn't see, but it did know one thing. It made Nico upset. And after that, it panicked, causing the cave-in to happen. It thought it hurt Nico and almost shut itself down entirely. It starts getting upset, saying how it's such a flawed machine. Nico tells it that the squares weren't its fault. So they want me to recode the entire game. It says that it was. They used to corrupt small things to make its creator have to redo testing over and over again because it thought that he would be able to fix it. But before the world machine knew it, the NPCs became too close and it spiraled out of control. It endangered a lot of people, including its own creator, but they were just panicking and scared. That's not gonna work in court. It originally tried to fight bringing Nico into this world, but its inner code was too powerful. It tried to send Nico home, but that didn't end up working. Sorry, that was on me. All it wanted was for Nico to wake up back in their home. Nico assures it, saying that they can't go home without saving the world for real. To do that, we have to fix the machine. They ask if it remembers what the original happy ending was supposed to be, but it's too far gone lost somewhere in its code. So create new code. It's really easy. I've done it before. It's really conflicted because it thinks it can remember the ending, but at the same time, it doesn't think it can do it. Its very own existence goes against the only law given to machines, which is to not put a living being in danger. It wanted Nico to shatter the light bulb because no one in this world except Nico is real. They disagree. Nico brings up how if this wasn't how the session was supposed to go, how did everyone in this world know how to respond if they were only bound by specific code? How did the people know what to do to help Nico get to where they are right now? The world might not think that they're real, but Nico believes that something is real in them. Nico asks if it can put them through the ending that it remembers. It denies, saying that it's gonna put them in danger. But Nico's willing to risk it. The code is made so it can't harm Nico. The creator didn't want that, and they trust the machine too. It's able to go outside of its own code. The world machine says that it isn't tamed, but Nico reassures that it is. Taming is when a real person cares about a machine, and Nico cares about it. They do. Okay. Honestly, best to keep my mouth shut until I'm out of this. Nico asks why I would keep coming back if I didn't believe in this happy ending. If I didn't care for the world machine. Again, keeping my mouth shut. Nico finally convinces it. It says that it's going to try even though it's doubting itself. It hands Nico the sun. It tells them to go through the room. They need to get past the square somehow. Nico makes their way through the squares. They start disappearing.
Ryan, I think it's working. Nico is right.
That was you. Oh my god, I just realized that. I forgot. You suck. I just want to let you know you suck. Alright? Okay, we're
I
done.
might actually be tamed after all. I remember what the code was supposed to be. Only bits and pieces, but I can remember. And I'm trying to fill in the blanks too. And I'm restoring the original ending as we speak. Nico will be able to reach the tower summit at the end of the credits. After replacing the sun, Nico will go back where it all began. And then Nico will be able to go home from there. But this is permanent. After Nico wakes up back home, this world will only exist as a memory. For Nico, a dream, like thousands of other dreams. For you, a story, like thousands of other stories. But as long as Nico remembers this place, as long as you remember this place, it'll be alright. I was able to restore some of the other elements too. The characters, the people that were lost in Nico's journey, they're all in the next room. I would have put them back where they belong, but not yet. I think Nico should see them first. Please say goodbye to Nico for me.
The person said goodbye. Okay, holy shit, dude. My voice, I feel like I'm losing my voice. The next room takes me to the credits, and we're able to see everyone one last time. Oh my god! The robot lady? Wow! The plant lady? They had the plant lady in this game? Oh no way, it's the freaking robot from the river! The big robot? Nah, they didn't. The siblings, I actually really like both of them. I think they were my favorite characters in this game. They kind of reminded me of like Dipper and Mabel. Anyways, the big red robot? Nah, they didn't. The lamp guy? How did they get the rights? We all say our goodbyes. We say our goodbyes to Rue, Cedric, and Proto for one last time. And we enter the top of the tower one last time. I guess there's only one thing we can do now. Why didn't it give me a choice? Where's Nico? Hi. So I guess everyone just fucking lied about the sun not being able to fix the squares. Nico appears in the room they woke up in. They call out to me. They're happy that the sun fixed everything and they actually got to see it this time. The only thing for them to do now is find a way to get home from here. They can see it from the other side of the doorway. They see a wheat field through the door and their mom is calling out looking for them. This isn't the first time that we're saying goodbye, but this is our last. And what will happen to this world after they leave? It's gonna be... I'm gonna uninstall it actually. So feel good about that because it is gonna be wiped from my computer and everything we did will never matter. But at least you'll be home. Text comes up on screen for me to say, this place, these people won't stop existing. That's not true. Me when I lie. They'll be in your memory. And they'll be in my memory too. See, I mean, I guess that's true. See, I guess I'm not really lying. Nico promises to never forget this world. And they'll never forget me too. They walk up to the door. Goodbye, Nico. Oh. What? No, get off my computer. What? one-shot is not what I expected, but I enjoyed it anyway. The narrative was such a cool concept that I've never seen before, and it was executed so well. Accidentally learning that there was a second playthrough is genuinely a memory that I'll cherish and I'll have for the rest of time. I wish I was recording because my jaw was on the floor and I was just absolutely baffled. I wrote the entire script and then learned that there was still more to do. The narrative was done so well, literally putting you into the story and you experience and uncover the secret of the world alongside Nico. Definitely an experience to remember. There are some issues I did have with this game though. I know it's a narrative-based game, so the gameplay is more in the background, but honestly, it did get stale from time to time, because all you really do is walk. There is a fast travel mechanic in the game, but even with that, it still feels like it takes literally forever to get anywhere. There were ARG puzzles that broke up the game's walking, and these were done phenomenally. Even though they were done well, they were more on the simpler side, almost giving you the answer every single time. And I struggled with them. Sometimes the dialogue would stretch out for a bit too long, especially when the entity is talking to you through the world. I would be fine if the dialogue was shorter, but the way it talked genuinely annoyed me at times. Like, me hating the world machine was not a bit. Like, I genuinely hated it. But speaking of dialogue and characters though, I felt like I really had no to very little connection to them at all. Through both of my playthroughs, I really felt no specific emotion towards any of the characters, which sucked because I wanted to like them a lot. When some characters got caught in the corruption or others quote-unquote died in the factory, I really didn't find myself being too upset over it. There are a lot of characters talking at you with all this information about how the world machine works, how the creator built and did everything ever. But there was never really a conversation that drew me into a character that I can think of besides the world machine, and that didn't work because I hated the world machine. If Nico had a conversation like the one with the world machine, with characters like Silver or the bird siblings, I don't know their names, I think I would have cared about them way more. But even with all that being said, I think this game was super unique, and I'll actually forever remember it as a good experience. Okay, now onto the petty stuff. This has no effect of my review on the game or anything. It was just some things that I wish that they were different. The reason that this isn't part of the review is because I don't think anyone else in the world would ever agree with these. And disclaimer before I say this isn't what I wished what happened. I just thought it would have left a bigger impact on me if it did, for better or for worse. Now with that out of the way, if you reopen the game after you beat it for the second time, there's a new option on the menu. If you click it, it takes you to the world machine and it basically is a way to re-experience the game again. I kind of hate this because it defeats the entire purpose of the game being in your memory. I wish that it didn't give you an option to do that because I feel like it completely goes against the entire point of the game. Okay, so I think that was a pretty fine take to have, but this is the one that everyone is gonna hate. I am such a huge fan of powerful endings, and to me, this game would have left a way bigger impact on me if Cedric died in the factory, which in turn makes Nico and Rue not be able to get into the world machine, and then the world just kind of decays, ending the game. This would have made you regret coming back because the game is called one-shot, and since you bypass the one-shot mechanic and try to change the narrative from what you chose in your first playthrough, you basically screw over Nico and everyone else instead of just leaving your choice to be final. Yeah, I know this would have changed the first playthrough of the game completely. Hi, hello. I know that take probably seemed like the most woted take on planet Earth, but I didn't explain it well in my script, so I'm gonna explain it real quick right now. This video comes out tomorrow. What I was basically getting at is that I think when I did my first playthrough, the game didn't feel complete. And I think that's kind of the point because you're supposed to dig a little deeper and find that there's a second playthrough. But I think about all the people who didn't really realize that and kind of ended the game just wanting more. What I was trying to get at is that I think the first playthrough should be or should feel like a more complete experience. And that's completely possible to do on top of having the second playthrough stuff. And what I'm saying about the Cedric and Proto thing is that since the game is called One Shot, I think it should be genuine to that title. I know that the twist of One Shot is that it's more than one shot, but I feel like that also kind of just goes against like, oh, it's in your memory, or oh, your choice is final. Maybe punishing the player by coming back is a little too harsh, but in my opinion, I think that's kind of cool. Anyways, this video, I need to get this video done. This wasn't my original video for this month. I've completely underestimated how long this video I'm working on is gonna take. Trust me, when it comes out, it'll all be worth it. This project has already taken me over 200 hours, and the time just keeps going up and up, and it's not stopping, and I'm not done recording all the footage yet, and it's literally gonna take like 30 years to finish. But I promise, when it's out and done, it is going to be a banger, and it's gonna get me 2 gillion subscribers, and millions are gonna watch and gather and cheer for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way through, it genuinely means so much to me. I put so much time into these projects just for the fun of it, and if you're able to find any sense of enjoyment out of it, that's all I could hope for. And subscribe while you're at it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you January 1st. This video is supposed to come out in December.